I would like to start off by saying I hated English class in my first 2 years of high school. It sucked. And in fact, I'm about to go take AP Lang my junior year, literally just for the fact that I can learn how to write and get college credit for it. This video might be slightly biased because I'm not fond of English as a school subject, or just in general, I don't like reading. But anyway, here we go. English classes teach grammar and other important things like writing essays, reports, and resumes, and other essential forms of writing for life. I believe that this is the most important part of English classes. Like being able to read and understand what you read. You're going to need to know how to read bills and pay for gas and water and rent just to survive. And also being able to communicate clearly and accurately with your writing skills. English classes do teach these things, but not very well and not for a long time, which tends to be the problem. They only teach this stuff to you for like a week or two. Alright, a bit of background knowledge before we get into the first reason. The class you may take is literally called English, Language Arts, or some combination of the two, or it could be ELA. In terms of college majors and the real world, English, well actually all languages, are considered an art form, hence why you get an arts degree when you are an English major. The problem I have with this is that art is supposed to be creative, fun, and enjoyable, and expressive in different ways. You may see where I'm going with this. In English classes, I can 100% guarantee that you had to read a book. Now, I can't guarantee this next part, but I think this is where the real problem comes in. When you read a book, you can find multiple different perspectives of literally everything. You as a reader may think a character chose to do something for a different reason that another reader might have thought. You may think that there are other purposes or morals in one novel. That is the beauty of English and why it is considered an art. The idea that you can formulate your own thoughts about a book and see things from your unique perspective is what makes English so art formy and free. That is why people like reading. But the thing is, in class, they force you to do something else. That something is something that English teachers like to force you to do. They would like you to see a novel from only one perspective. For example, you may get a prompt that says this. Now, this prompt is great, except for the fact that it forces you to argue for something that you might not have found as the main plot. Which, in that case, it would have been the growth and development of characters in the novel. For example, but you could have found other morals, such as injustice within the court system, racism in society, and other specific plots that are also true, and they are plots, but this prompt doesn't want you to solve for that, which that's the problem. In other words, solving the prompt for your own plot would result in a fail or just not a good grade, something you don't want, which if you don't necessarily agree with the plot that was given in the prompt, you can see where this becomes a problem. The reason why this is problematic is because this sucks out the arts in the English language arts. The reason why people don't like reading is literally because of how school teaches the novels. They punish those who have different perspectives of novels by giving them lower grades because they didn't follow the plot that they should have followed. In an easier analogy, they're trying to make English classes, which should be more artistic and open to different answers, into a math class, and it shouldn't, where usually only one answer is accepted, and that is why the English subject being taught in school is such an issue. They only accept one point of view, one plot. If you say a different plot, it's wrong. That's the issue. Another thing that I find annoying and also pretty bad is that all English teachers grade their essays differently. If you gave 5 different teachers the same English essay, you would get a different grade from all 5 of those teachers. This is another reason why English taught in schools isn't great. Your essay quality is purely based on what that one single teacher thinks, which that is what determines your grade. That teacher may be grading off the curriculum, his or her own standards, or some higher standard that they endured before, such as their own, how they did their essays in college, which those can also be false in how they teach you. When your essay can be graded differently from multiple people, there is no consistency in your essay's qualities, thus making you unsure of how good your essays will actually appeal to others in the real world, which is crucial when it comes to job applications and business statements that you may have to make. Now, I mentioned that I was going to take AP Lang in the next upcoming school year. Now, this exam used to be on all paper, multiple choice, and FRQs, but now it's all going to be online, meaning we would probably type our essays, which that is more realistic because handwriting your essays is something you literally never do in the real world unless it's like signing medical forms or papers. The point is, you'll never have to handwrite anything longer than 5 sentences in the real world. If you do, consider yourself a boomer. Don't even get me started with Shakespeare. Thanks for watching. I'll try to continue this series through other subjects so you know I'm not a little weirdo just ranting on about English. See y'all.